What's up, y'all? Welcome back to our season finale of Ulon.Life. Call on in 312-738-1060. Again, 312-738-1060 tonight. Oh, by the way, I want to say much love to our co-host. She couldn't make it tonight. She's definitely under the weather. Cynthia, I love you, baby. I know you couldn't make it, but we're getting ready to do our lives, once a week. We're going to celebrate all the high schools that are doing great, and we're going to do our food, going out our food critique. All right, so tune on in. So tonight we're going to jump right off into it because we're a little late, you know what I'm saying? You know how we do. But tonight we have two great guests that are representing Chicago. As you guys know, I'm all over the city, and I am reoccurring on those who are political as well as spiritual and as well as spoken word wise. You know what I'm saying? And I want to say that you guys are two men who have been upholding the city. Jedediah, I always have you on here. I want to make sure that you let people know. First of all, let me introduce my guests. We have Jedediah Brown in the house. How you doing, brother? All right, God bless. You know what I'm saying? And my boy Eddie Felton, a.k.a. Road Warrior. Give them all your AKAs, Eddie.
I'm Word Warrior, a.k.a. The Loud Poet, a.k.a. Poetry Crazy, a.k.a. W2.
All right, leave that a little bit so you your own lie can see you know what I'm saying? So with all these, you know what I'm saying, things that are going on in the city right now, because Chicago is really going through it right now. We have the homeless issue, we have our political stance with our mayoral candidates as well as our alderman candidates, as well as just, voting. It's coming up in February real quick. So let's dive into it. Jedediah, as you know, as being a reoccurring person that has always, kept it 100, as well as a community activist, you have been out here, and I know it's hard because you can only do so much as a advocate / activist / political person right now.
Yes.
So it kind of got you with the, the ropes. Yes, it got you with the clamps and the ropes on you, holding you down. So what do you want to say to the people right now to let them know that you are definitely out here, you haven't forgot about them, but that you do have a political stance?
Well, I mean, I would just say this real fast. Like, it's not even a campaign anymore. It's become a war. Mm-hmm. And the reason it's become a war is because particularly marginalized communities, the black and brown community, more so the black community, we're in trouble. And because we've lost almost 200,000 black folks in Chicago that fled in other places.
Left. 200,000, y'all.
Yeah, we're actually looking at remapping taking place after this election, and it threatens to create less black wards, less black representation. We don't get any resources as it is. We'll really be in trouble at that point.
Exactly. So to the voters right now, we don't want you to lose sight of what's going on, but we also want to say that in the political field and in Chicago, the machine is very adamant toward racial diversity. There's only so much my brother right here can do without being flanked, without being watched, without being, monetized as being self for just one particular field. You have to bear in mind that he's going through so much, and I really want Jedediah to speak for himself as far as what is it that you want the people to know about the political stance that you're at right now.
I mean, well, I feel good about my race. We're still inside the challenge process. It's real quiet outside, and the reason is because most of the advocates are running for some type of office, and so now the things that you've seen before, the things that the city has seen as far as us out there bringing awareness to the issues, it's really time for the people to get involved. It's time for the people to be their own voice and to register and to vote and to ask the questions and to place the demands on the table. This is the time for Chicago to get what they want.
Right. Okay. And real quick, what are your thoughts on lately? Me myself, I've been going out. Let's just put it out there, the homeless issue. And I am challenged, and the reason I'm so thankful for Jedediah coming in, because it's always been allied with you, Lon. We've been put on the table about the homeless issue. We've gone to Tent City. We've gone to all these other places. I put it out there today that Tent City is not the epitome of Chicago. Tent City is just a communal project of people living in an area that have been hurt, that need help, and guess what? we hit them. We went hard. Thank you to Chicago, everybody that came out. Christmas I spent, not with my children, with my family, but down there to show the rest of Chicago where we at. This is what was needed, and I thank everybody who came out. Now, Tent City does not represent Chicago. Tent City need help. Let's clarify that. There are homeless people all over Chicago. 42 different shelters. Where they at? We're looking for now. We're trying to find out. But I've been getting hit. And I want to put it out there that a lot of people want to help because of us going live. And different people going live. Now people are interested. Let's make Chicago a role model of America as far as helping the homeless people worldwide, but really just here. So anybody, please call on in 312-834-8020. If you know anybody who's homeless, they don't have to live in Tent City. We want to help Chicago as a whole. What are your thoughts on the homeless issue right now? Both of you guys, Jedediah and Eddie Felton, what do you guys feel about the homeless issue? How can we address it? How can these other people that are running for alderman, any type of seat in Chicago, what can they do to step up to address these issues?
Well, actually, if they don't step up to the issue, that's troubling. I appreciate the live that you did. It brought awareness to it that there was a Tent City, and I'm glad that Tent City is now above ground because it's not new. It was just hidden. It's been under the city.
Exactly.
Now they're on top of the city, and it brings awareness to something that a lot of people brush past them. And everybody that's a candidate should be visiting Tent City and providing some type of immediate relief, and a plan. Because Tent City, historically, there once was a Skid Row in Chicago. And if we don't...
You've been to the Skid Row in Cali.
I've been to California Skid Row. If we don't address homelessness, and I'm gonna just be honest, with the way that the city is going, there's gonna be a lot more people that are gonna be residents of Tent City if we don't pay attention to what's actually happening. So we gotta go visit, and we gotta participate and bringing a solution, and I appreciate your efforts in making us aware.
Man, I appreciate you. Eddie, what are your thoughts? I know you've been a little quiet because my boy Jedediah been hitting the floor, but I'm saying, for those that don't know, Eddie and I go way back. He is a spoken word artist, is very spiritual. He's put together a lot of things. We're going to talk about what he has coming up as well. But what are some of your issues? Like address the homeless issue. How do you feel about it, Eddie?
So I just recently found out about Tent City. I'm a part of the Port organization, which is CEO Black Ice.
Shout out to Black Ice.
Shout out to Black Ice.
He's gonna come tonight. We're gonna get him on in a minute. Poet. All right.
So we merged with another organization, and we went to Tent City. I had never heard of it my entire life, and it was just amazing to walk in there and talk to some of the people. They even had children down there, and it was just so sad. So actually, we were able to talk to the guy, I forgot his name, but he calls himself the mayor of Tent City. And he said what they need is propane heaters. He said, we asking everybody to bring down propane heaters. So I'm actually working on that right now as we speak. But it's a very sad situation in Chicago. That same day we went, it's like 3 levels to Lower Wacker. So that same day we went to Lower Wacker on different levels, giving them clothes and food and what have you. It's a sad situation. It really needs to be addressed politically on every level.
Great. Amazing. You know, Tent City, one of the things that I noticed on Christmas, because of the lives that we went, me and my boy right before me, people, thousands had heard about, us going live, and thousands had come down. One thing they did was called the weeding out process. So I will say that during, Tent City, which is on Rubble and Roosevelt, which is on the shoulder going back onto Dan Ryan, they had got so much stuff. I mean, literally so much stuff that the mayor, the guy who calls it over there, said we can't take anymore. He literally said that what we're going to do is we're going to go through everything, and we're going to make sure that Salvation Army, the different type of, the Pacific Gardens down the street, all these places get hit with what they had. And I felt that was very, that was kind for them to even think about, because they could have just left it there, but they went through what they needed. Very emphasized on that, needed, because they're very structured. One thing I can say about the homeless people right there in Tent City, they're not hypes, meaning they are not on drugs. These people are down out in the luck. They're looking for something better. So Pastor right now and other people that came are trying to get them something better. You know what I'm saying? Whether it be housing, clothes, whatever it is. I'll say this though. Again, Tent City has been hit so much they can't take it anymore. But one thing that I did notice that I had to bring up to attention is they said we don't need any more water. They had got hit with so much water. I mean, you know, just so many different, you know what I'm saying, cases of water. And what I told them is, wait a minute. You guys got to think about this. Stop the presses. First of all, water's needed in everything. I don't care if it's cooking, to wash your hands, for the babies, whatever. Water's needed. Once you distribute the water, I don't care if you put 3 waters in the back of each tent, that water is not going to look like it is. Because they were overwhelmed with, just think about all these cases of water, but think about all the tents that are there. Once you put 3 cases of water behind each tent, as many tents as there are, it's not going to be that many. By January, your water is going to be running slow, you know what I'm saying, kind of out. So don't look at it as being too much. Look at it as being just enough, because you need water. Water is like life. You need water. But I give it up to them. So I'm challenging anybody who knows what other homeless people are. My girl Keisha has a sock drive. My other boy Ramon is doing something, you know, saying with this hot tea and hot chocolate. He's going around. So people are trying now, after they've come, you know, my inbox been blowing up with all kinds of ideas and stuff like that. But I did want to address it, and I did want to get Jedediah down here and you just to comment on that issue, because it's a Chicago issue, and the taxpayer, of course, is paying for it, but for what? They're not getting any of it. They're not getting any of it, you know? So, Eddie, I know that you have some things coming up on the poetry side. Another thing that I'm going to start doing in January, since today is the season finale, we are getting ready in March, once we start back, we're getting ready to have a spoken word artist come on here and do a piece every show. 5-minute piece, just to show the creativity side of Chicago. You know what I'm saying? I think it's very important. So, Word Warrior, what do you have coming up?
So this weekend is Well Spoken Live, which is my brand. This has been an ongoing open mic, 4 years. So this weekend, Saturday, December 29th, we will be at 11852 South Michigan, where we are featuring Limitless. He's a very amazing hip hop artist.
Okay.
We're featuring 411 from the group 3 PM. She's amazing. You probably know her.
Yeah.
And this queen, Wendy Indy, you guys can Google her. She's been on Steve Harvey, Windy City Live. So she's a hip hop and classical violinist. Amazing. So this is a show you do not want to miss. If you're getting on the mic, it's $12. If not, it's $17.
No, you can't mention any. We just tell them to come on down. We're gonna mention any prices, any of that. We just need them to know to support.
So please come out and support. Saturday, December 29th. Doors open at 6:30.
Okay.
And this event we suggest early arrival because it's all you can eat, all you can drink once you pay to get in.
All right.
And the crowd's usually over 100 people. So come on out Saturday.
Donations at the door, of course. Just donations, you know what I'm saying? And you'll be informed once you get there, you know, what's going on. What you got coming out? Like, I know that you have, you know, your own stuff, you know what I'm saying, coming out. Just tell them how they get in touch with you to be able to. So
I was recently blessed with my own website, and it's Word Warrior.
Let them know.
WordWarriorThePoet.com. WordWarriorThePoet.com. All my information is on there. So I wanted to bless you with our 2019 calendar, Well Spoken Live. That's our calendar.
Y'all see that? I know y'all see that on that live. Y'all see that. We getting ready to do our thing. Okay.
So I recently just came out with my new CD, Big Boy Blues.
Big Boy Blues.
Anybody from Chicago, you're probably familiar with Reese from 3 Piece.
Yeah, of course.
So he features on the second album and the first album, Big Boy Blues, and also A Symphony is a member. She's a professionally trained 17-year-old classical senior in high school, singer, and she features on the CD also. So I wanted to bless you also with that.
Man,
Big Boy Blues.
In my whip, going down, baby, gonna be bumping it, of course.
And this is the first album, Elements of a Warrior, which is featuring Reese from 3 Piece, and also anybody in the poetry community familiar with Poetry Soul Child, he's also featured on this.
So this
is the first album in this.
What was the song he's famous for? My life
is my poetry. My poetry is my life.
Ulon.Life, yeah, that's my boy. You know what I'm saying? You know, I'm like been doing this forever, man. When I'm not advocating, I'm doing poetry, man, and just hitting the people with the streets and stuff. And Jedediah, fam, touching back base. Let's get a little political real quick, because I know you can get feedback too as well. Word Warrior, what do we expect from this race? Now it's got to the nitty gritty. You know,
59 days.
I know it has. It's gotten to the nitty gritty, and my boy, Jedediah, I know that you are one big for calling people out as far as a debate, right or wrong, a debate. Demand a debate. So, what are you telling these other political figures running that you want to do? Why a debate? Why is a debate so big right now?
Well, I believe that a lot of the reasons why we're not getting the results is because we're not properly holding people accountable. Mm-hmm. And one of the things that America is made on is democracy. Mm-hmm. So you have to challenge people on their records, on their plans, on their ideology. Yes. And it has to be some conversation between people that are running and people who are incumbents. Right. We do forums. And forums, you just get to come tell your ideas and your plans and your future, and that's great. We need that. Right. But you also need to be challenged on what you have and have not done. Mm-hmm. And when you talk about local elections, with all politics are local, they try to shy away from debates because they say we got to live here at the end of the day. Well, I got to live here depending on how they legislated too. So I want to debate the person that I'm challenging and see. And I want to challenge them on their record and move forward. It's like this is like with banks. When there's a competition over you, you get the best deal. And we need to have everybody run and debate the people that they're challenging.
All right, you know what I'm saying? So you heard it first, right here. Now, I think it's very important for a debate because this is me personally. You know, once a person shows up at a debate, that's the first process of saying, I'm willing to show you what I'm capable of. I'm willing to let you hear my voice. I'm willing to say, you know what? This is what I have to offer the people. By Jedediah Brown saying that, and I emphasize his name again because I need you to remember at the polls, you're going to win that challenge. You are.
We won the first half.
Yes, and so I can't do much. And this is the same thing I'm just going out to all my other, you know what I'm saying, activists and advocates citywide. I may not be able to show up at everything. I'm a single parent. I run my own show. I'm doing a lot of things, but I give the platform. I do what I can to put you out there. And this goes for everybody, you know what I'm saying? I mean, anybody who's in my South Shore, you know, from Will to anybody, if I can't make something, come here so I can push you. I do my part, you know what I'm saying? I do my part. Jedediah, one thing I've noticed about Jedediah through the years is he's always stuck to his word. If he say gonna do something, he do it. That's what I look for in a political figure. So I usually don't say this on the show, but I will be backing up Jedediah Brown for personal reasons. You know what I'm saying? Because I think he is the right person, not because I know him, but I've watched him. And you know I don't play. You know, I'm from the project. You know, if somebody phone him or set him out there, or won't deal with him. You feel me? So I will say that I've monitored him through the years. I think that he's the right person for alderman in his ward. And that's what ward?
7th ward.
7th ward. And much love to my boy Lamont. I know he's going through his thing. You know, he just had a baby, and I know that hit him hard. That he could he was gonna run. You know what I'm saying? For what was the ward he's going to get ready going? Because he was right there as well, and he was running, had his signatures ready, and he really, he had to decide between his baby, there's the same day his child was being born, you know. So much love to Lamont for going. Moment. Yeah, same moment. So just want to say, I want to give a special shout out for him. And I also want to ask you guys real quick, because this is season finale, what do you guys, you know what I'm saying, who are some of your inspirations? Because there's a chance, this show is also about giving it out to people. We show love on this show. So who are some of the people you want to shout out to? People that have helped you along the way. People that have been in your corner.
Well, first of all, God. Mm-hmm. First and foremost.
Yes.
Secondly will be my father, Jacoby Felton. Next will be Black Ice. And lastly, Momentum from the West Side CEO at
Momentum?
3BM. Yes.
Okay, 3BM, my boy, Momentum. And we done so many shows together. That's my boy, Momentum. Jedediah, how about you?
For me, definitely God as well, and my mother. Without her, I wouldn't be half of what I am.
I've seen it on your pictures, you know what I'm saying? I see a lot of people like, oh, that's my, y'all look at that. No, that's his mother. Look, no, strong queen, and you gave us some really good strong brother.
And I've been doing a lot of reading lately. It's a lot of lost history with our people, and I just, when you get to name it, heroes and examples, there's just too many to name. But if I had to pinpoint a place, and it's not because I'm running for office, it's just for real. Anybody that have come through Chicago and survived. But more so anything, anybody that's dealing with what Chicago is dealing with, and they're not running from the city, that's staying here. Those my heroes.
Man, that's what's up. Hey, to piggyback that, I want to say much love to my nephew J Ride. He's always been there, you know what I'm saying, and we look out for each other. People in my, you know what I'm saying, in the spot, you know what I'm saying, that have really put it together. My girl Gwen, I gotta say, you know what I'm saying, my little baby, you know what I'm saying, Moon G, that's my little infant Moon G. Of course, Solara. And I want to give my special shout out to Kiki and my girl Tia, who's making sure, you know what I'm saying, we get this live going on. Also, Vita Barnes, man, happy birthday, baby. And my boy Lil Sid, yo, love you, fam, I just want to make sure that everybody knows what's going on. My boy Amari, who made this possible, Cozy, my son Maurice, Preston, Jonathan, everybody who's really been out there for this whole season, making sure that we got the numbers coming in, because you guys are what matters. Again, we will be back not too long, but me and my co-host, I got to give a special shout out to my co-host, because we are going to go live on once a week, me and Cynthia. Once a week, we're going to pick a designated spot just to show like what's going on in the city. Again, to the high schools, all the high schools who have VIPs is what we call them. They don't have to be academically all A's and B's, but people who you think are representative of your high school, okay? Listen up, guys. All the people that you think represent your high school, we picking 12 high schools. So when we pick your high school, you've been blessed, because we noticed that your high school have been really selected, and people have been called in about it and mentioned us about it. And we want to show with all the BS, let's keep it real, I don't want to curse, but all the BS is going on in Chicago, we want to show these young brothers and sisters that they matter, that are in school. Because we don't showcase all the good kids. You know what I'm saying? We talk about the shootouts, we talk about the bad stuff, but we don't talk about the good stuff. So we're going to 12 high schools that have been picked. If you guys know of any high schools that you know are #1 high schools and the kids there are really on point, we're picking 2 girls and 2 boys from every high school, and we're going to show them some love and put them on the show and go live with them and talk about what they're doing for the high school. All right? So with that being said, man, I love you guys. Any last, words? Eddie?
Come out to my event. It's going to be amazing.
Again, when is it and where is it?
Saturday, December 29th, 1852 South Michigan.
Great. Hey, Eddie, man, I love you, man. You've been doing your thing forever,
I want to put an endorsement on what Eddie's doing. Eddie is a poet. He's creative, but he also got a little advocate in him, too. That's actually how we met, fighting for Chicago.
Yes,
so
yes.
This is full circle for me.
Yeah.
See y'all 2019.
Hey, man, Jedediah Brown, don't forget, each one teach one, and don't stop there. Love y'all.